Go now.
St. Brown in motion right.
Unlock right.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Going to the air right away. Hooker. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. Hooker. And his throw is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. And he's taken down inside the 30. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly...
Down the numbers! There he goes! And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 28 yards. And the Lions will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go here with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Once again, it's Swift. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now 2nd and 3. Throwing is Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you get all that open space with big guys leading the way.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
It's caught on the right side of Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 3. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Swift trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Patrick Ricard punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point through the snowflake, something good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 40 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
On 1st and 10, Hooker. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Second and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And the Lions first down.
Here we go. Set. Hurry, hurry.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the ready.
Hooker's going to throw it. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check that, check that.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
From the gun, it's Hooker. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Got it, ready? 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Hooker now off play action. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Warriors, 70.
Looking to throw, Hooker. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Rangers, 18 Rangers. 19 Lions.
Hooker to the air yet again. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, you come back and try to pick it up on 3rd down.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Swift on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They go play action with Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. 67 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Come on.
So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. Here's Hooker. And his throw is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
46-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Now it's Penny running right. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this is going to remain a 1-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Hooker now on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So a little late drama in the 1st half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Eagles 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And the half will begin with a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, How are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Penny, a 1st down carry. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 14-yard line. Nice run. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. Khalif Raymond now. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions have retaken a third-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for two. Hooker going to try to throw for it. And he's got it. The try for two is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
2nd and 6. Another run for Gibbs here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Hooker. It's complete to Williams. Shoves it aside. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Here's Hooker to throw it. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Lions 24, Eagles 14.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Hurts to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Back to the running game with Swift. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they get a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The 2nd down and 10 there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Great. 63.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Here we go.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Come on. Hey!
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Rodgers on the return. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.